Next on the Broadway show, it's the royal treatment. I'm catching up with the star of Once Upon a Mattress, the amazing Sutton Foster. And it's so good, so good, so good. A Beautiful Noise. The Neil Diamond musical is coming soon to a city near you, and we've got your preview. I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is the Broadway Show. So glad you could be here for the Broadway Show. I'm Tamsen Fadal. Let's get going. It's another must-see show and another star-studded opening night on Broadway. Daniel Dae Kim returning to Broadway in the new play Yellowface. It's inspired by real events. It's about a playwright who protests white actors playing Asian roles in Miss Saigon. Then that same playwright accidentally casts a white actor as the Asian lead in one of his own plays.
I think people are going to be surprised about, number one, how funny Daniel Dae Kim is, and number two, hopefully that there's a combination of stuff to laugh about, stuff to cry about, and stuff to think about in this show.
I love Daniel Dae Kim. I had never seen him do something like sort of so zany, and I'm just excited for everybody to see Daniel be zany and like stressed and sweating and running around.
I think this character is at times zany, but is also very grounded, and through the story we see a lot of different sides of DHH, and so it's nice to explore a full character this way, not just like comedic, not just serious. I think we see the full spectrum of what it means to be human.
I was surprised at how I was disarmed about this conversation about race that's often difficult to talk about for all of us because we're afraid to say the wrong thing and afraid of offending or hurting someone, which is something we should be aware of course. But it's my point is that it's never easy to discuss. So the way that David has flipped these things on its head and sort of made fun of himself in a way and very self-effacing, and I just think it invites you to walk out of the theater talking about these themes in a way that's fun and playful and inviting.
I think with the title, I think people get a little intimidated by that, and they think they're going to be like, hit you over the head about racism, and it's like, it's not that. So I hope people will give it a chance and not just take it for face value.
We're taking a look at another one of the amazing shows soon to be headed to Broadway. Let's talk about Left on 10th. The new play by Delia Ephron is a romantic comedy about second chances in life and in love. The new play, based on Ephron's memoir, stars Peter Gallagher and Julianna Margulies, who's returning to Broadway for the first time in 18 years.
As daunting as I first thought it would be to play someone who's actually sitting in the audience taking notes, she doesn't make us feel that way. I mean, this is her life and her story. And Peter's playing her husband. So
it's also wonderful and inspiring,
yeah.
And is also there every day now. He
Yeah,
was
the
thinking
two of them.
he was thinking he wouldn't be because he didn't want to impose, but then I couldn't think of a reason not to be, and then we
Yeah,
just
he's-
loved being here every day. So they're there through every tech, every rehearsal,
Yeah, they
every
sit
show.
together in the audience,
Right.
and you see, every now and then she's taking notes or he's whispering over, and I thought I would feel panicked, but I don't. I just feel excited to hear what they're going to say.
Right, and they say, we can't believe we lived through this.
I know they're marketing it as a romantic comedy, but I call it a romantic traumedy because there is trauma in it. But there is romance in the best possible way. And I think the trauma of it, when you see the love that she gets through this incredible illness where she's given 20% chance to live, it is a remarkable story, and I think people will feel inspired by it.
In the beginning, I was, I kept seeing myself almost die and then come back to life over and over again every day, and Peter Gallagher came and says, "Are you okay?" But I just kept thinking this out of that. I mean, look at this joyful experience I'm having and how wonderful this story can feel to other people. So actually, I've loved it.
Once Upon a Mattress is back on Broadway. The revival starring Sutton Foster, Michael Urie, and so many more. Sutton was already Broadway royalty. Now she's Princess Winifred. It's the very role that made Carol Burnett famous way back in 1959. I caught up with Sutton Foster at the Skylark. We're going to jump right into Once Upon a Mattress because we know it's a revival. There's been some really funny ladies, and you are right up there with them. How's this been?
It's been amazing. It's really been a delight and a joy, and it's really fun to play such a wild, unhinged character.
Like the
There's
word.
so much freedom the whole thing has felt so collaborative, an amazing cast. We all are giving each other ideas, cheering each other on. It's a room full of yes people, and it's been really, really great. And audiences have been amazingly responsive. And it's really fun to like be silly. I have a friend that comes and see the show. They're like, "You're an idiot. You're ridiculous." And I'm like, thank you. You know, they're like, "You're so silly." And I was like, "Thank you."
It feels like it lets it all out.
It does.
Is
I
it
get to
nice?
be completely free and do all those silly things that, nothing is contained.
Right.
So it's really been fun.
Carol Burnett originated this role.
Mm-hmm.
You met her.
I did.
What was that for you?
Surreal, overwhelming. I grew up watching the Carol Burnett Show as a kid. I would watch the Carol Burnett Show and the Muppet Show. In my mind, they were both on the same night. They were both, and I would watch them back to back. So I always say I'm like part Muppet, part Carol Burnett. She was just always has been a role model for me. So meeting her was surreal because I still feel like that kid sitting in the beanbag watching the Carol Burnett Show. She held my hand and she gave me her blessing, to play Fred, and this role that made her a star. It was really her big break was playing Winifred in the original Once Upon a Mattress in 1959. And so she's, to be able, and the show, means so much to her. Sure. And so for her to give me her blessing was a pretty big deal.
It's time to take a walk with a Broadway star, so let's go ahead and send things out to Charlie Cooper.
Steven, we're about to walk you to work.
Yes, thank you.
August Wilson Theater,
Yep.
Cabaret. I love that you are able to tell stories that I imagine are very close to your heart, particularly this story.
For sure.
It does encapsulate the Jewish experience. Talk to me a little bit about just the role and how it speaks to you in that way and in other ways as well.
Yeah, well, Herr Schultz in Cabaret is the token Jew, and he's a Jew living in Berlin in 1930, just as the Nazi movement is making its whisper.
Yeah.
It hasn't really gathered full steam, so I feel it's important to be engaging in this story that takes place in 1930, but it's really a story for our time as well, and certainly giving the voice to a Jewish character is very, very, I'm Jewish, and it just is very meaningful to me to be able to tell this story.
What's really impressive to me that maybe a lot of people don't know, but I know you had a major surgery right before rehearsals.
Yes,
How did
indeed.
you snap back into this and be able to take on this role?
Yes, well, I have to thank the team at Lenox Hill. But 8 weeks before rehearsal, I found out I needed open heart surgery.
Wow.
And it wasn't an emergency, thankfully, but in some ways they were like, you can choose when you want to do it. And the gig of Cabaret, I was so excited to get this gig because in London, it was such a hit in London.
Right.
So then to figure out, well, when should I do it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thankfully, I found the perfect time. I had a show closed. I had the surgery the next day.
Wow.
And then I had 8 weeks before first rehearsal began. And thankfully, I'm on my feet to tell the tale and I'm good to go.
Wow, a true artist.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Steven. We're here.
We're
Break a
here, I'm here
leg.
at work.
Exactly, you're
Yes.
here. Thank you for letting me walk you to work.
Thank you, Charlie, for walking me to work.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I might not have come back.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
Thanks for sticking around. I'm Tamsen Fadal. It's so good, so good, so good. A Beautiful Noise. The Neil Diamond musical is coming soon to a city near you. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
Hitching on a twilight train. Ain't nothing here that I care to take us along. Maybe a song. Sing what I want.
You've been doing this show for a while now. I'm trying to think about how many performances have you done, or?
Hundreds.
Yeah.
You know, I took over as the lead in October of 23 and did it till we closed in June 30th. And then I was the alternate prior to that, doing a few shows a week. And Yeah, so I was in it. I started when we went to Boston for the pre-Broadway run, and now taking it on the road.
So I guess you like the show.
I love the show.
I love the show too.
I love it. Absolutely love it. My wife just came today to the rehearsal and she went nuts for it.
You, like me, got to see it as an audience member. What do you love about it? I mean, you probably saw it as an audience member first too, so you've seen it from both sides.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And of course you think jukebox musical, right? It's so much more than that. And the whole conceit of older Neil going through therapy and having a bookend and be the thread throughout with young Neil coming out and reliving his sessions gives it a strength and a weight and an arc that you really don't find a lot with jukebox musicals. So it delivers, I think, on the concert side of things in terms of getting the full power of Neil Diamond, but it's also an origin story, and it's also this incredible therapy session discovery of self that happens throughout that is huge and dramatic. So yeah, I think it's much more than people think it's going to be.
Play it now, play it now, play it now, my baby. Cracking rules and make me smile. Well, girl, if it lasts for an hour, that's all right.
How would you describe this music catalog and why people love this music, and what about it is so special to people?
The lyrics.
I was just about to say that.
They're so beautiful. They're so relatable. You know, I personally, I don't know when Neil Diamond came into my life, Lisa, but I'm glad it did. I'm so glad it did, and I feel so honored to just be a part of telling his story.
I remember, you know, my first experience hearing Neil Diamond's music was actually at a bar and bar mitzvah, and I had it played at my bar mitzvah, but like seeing all, you know, the adults come together on the dance floor, and oh my, they were like, ba, ba, ba.
Yes.
Everyone was so excited, and I think it's just so feel good, so catchy, so moving.
The
lyrics.
beats.
Yeah, the beats.
The catchiness, the beats, the groove. You can groove to it, you can sway to it. It's,
I'm moving and grooving when I'm not on stage. Like, when I'm in that run through, especially for Cherry Cherry, I'm on the side like, I'm just like moving.
It's true,
and
it's true.
It's just, yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good.
You both are known for music, but you're now digging into the music of Neil Diamond.
I know this show is gonna tour well because I would do Neil Diamond covers, and I would, there'd be thousands and thousands of people all over the country and world, Australia, England, everywhere, just saying, oh, I want it to, is it gonna come here? Is it gonna come here? When's it coming here? And I just knew, I was like, these people, a lot of people just can't get into the city. So I was excited to just share, his story and, like you said, these timeless songs with the country. I think it's, this is what Neil did. He traveled and he toured constantly and he loved it. So that's, it kind of makes sense for us to take this on the road and sing Sweet Caroline a billion times to everybody.
Sweet Caroline, sweet Caroline.
We're still feeling hot, hot, hot. The Tony Award-winning musical Some Like It Hot is coming to you. Let's send it back to Paul Wontorek.
Some like it rough, some like it tame. Give me a mob who loves the flame. Some like it hot, and hot is what I got for you.
So you are about to hit the road, hitting cities that will be hot, hitting cities that will be cold in the winter. You're going everywhere, bringing this show. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's incredible. The energy is unreal. And the best thing is, like, the room is fun. The room is so much fun, so much comedy all the time. So, like, to travel the country with these people is really special. I also think that every home in America will be touched by the show, by the end of it. I think you'll come in being like, I can't wait to see them dance. I can't wait to see them look gorgeous. I can't wait to hear Mark and Scott's music. And then you'll leave being like, oh my goodness, I want to be a better human.
Yeah, and it brings the happy.
It does.
It's not just hot, but it's such a happy show. I just bop. All throughout the show, I'm bopping and they're tap dancing and I'm fake tap dancing and shimmying over in the corner. But it just feels good. It's a feel-good show. It makes you smile. It makes you laugh.
Yeah.
And our room.
A little cry.
Yes, I'm crying too.
Yeah.
Leandra said earlier that it's fun, but our room is also very supportive, which makes it so much easier to do this work and to take this show everywhere. It's been birthed in fun and love, and support and love.
Play different rhythms, move your feet, for I have often found we all dance to a different beat, and that's what makes the world go round.
We just watched you perform the title song, and this music will be in my head now for weeks because that's what happened, the whole time it was on Broadway. I finally kind of shook it. Now it's back. I mean, what about this music? It honors so many great music styles and history of music. And
yes, this MGM big band jazz Broadway sound is amazing. The score, so beautifully crafted. It just pulls at your heartstrings because you hear that bass and that saxophone and those trombones and the horn. You just have no choice but to just be engulfed into this wall of sound. It's beautiful.
The more we had to sink our teeth into this music, the more you realize how complex it is. When we are talking crazy jazz intervals that just sound delicious when they work. It's luscious, it's funny, it's smart. Scott's lyric, I mean, it's like Cole Porter for 2024. It's so good.
I think this is the definition of Broadway when I think of Broadway. The big tap numbers, the big dance numbers. I just can't wait to share that with America.
So ladies, Hades is the spot to be what angels sure are not. Some like it hot and hot, it's what I got for you.
I feel like this is a title people think they know. What do you want people to really know about Some Like It Hot, the musical, coming to a town near them?
I think they need to know to prepare for a lot of fun, a lot of great music, but a very important message.
I think this show will refresh people, will refresh your mind, will refresh your spirit, will bring you a sense of understanding and joy. And I think that's the biggest thing about Some Like It Hot, and that ain't bad.
Thanks so much for staying with us for this latest episode of the Broadway Show. I'm so glad you're here. It's one for the ages, the critically acclaimed Broadway musical Kimberly Akimbo, coming soon to a city near you. Now here's another exclusive musical performance from the Broadway.com studio.
Hi, I'm Carolee Carmello. This is our musical director, Lee Delano, and I am playing the title role in the national tour of Kimberly Akimbo. Okay, first wish. I wanna be a model for a day, a famous fashion muse, in a black Dior cocktail dress and a pair of Jimmy Choos. I'll run from paparazzi and throw some diva fits, then hurry to a photo shoot with Annie Leibovitz. Everyone will stare at me, but not in the usual way. They'll say that I am beautiful. They'll say that I am beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for a day. For a day. Wish number 2. Oh, I wanna take a fancy cruise on a swanky chartered yacht with 50 of my closest friends, a jaunt to Montserrat. Far from Jersey power lines, far from Newark Bay, we'll go somewhere that's beautiful. We'll go somewhere that's beautiful for a day. Third wish. Don't want to waste it. I could wish for anything. What about a tree house? I always wanted a tree house. No, think big. They'll give me anything. Think big, Kimmy. I'd like a pet of some kind. maybe a monkey. Who wouldn't want a monkey? I want to hang glide, I want to clog dance, I want to swim at the bottom of a waterfall. I want a butler who's a robot. How about a hyperbaric chamber, or a bodyguard, or stilts? I want to walk on stilts. I want a bungee jump in Sweden. I want to go to China and New Zealand and St. Louis. I want a jet ski. I want piranha in a fish tank. Piranha in a really big fish tank.
And that's going to do it for us. But for tickets, or if you want to check out extended cuts of all these interviews, head over to Broadway.com. I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is The Broadway Show.